Hey, welcome to Eat Your Backyard. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about all kinds of cool, edible and non-edible Florida plants. But this is going to be the first out of many in a series that I call My Grandpop. And he is the main person who motivated and got me interested in growing fruit and vegetables and landscaping and plants in general. Okay, so this first video I'm just going to tell you about a general concept and the way that he looked at landscaping, the way he looked at growing things that I really took on and believe in wholeheartedly, and it shaped the way that I choose to interact with and enjoy the heck out of growing things and eating the things that I grow whenever possible. But let me tell you, as a precursor to the rest of these videos, these are not going to all be about growing things. These are going to be about some of the stories about the superhuman that this guy was. He is one of these people that was first generation American. His relatives came over from Italy. Literally started from nothing. Started as a farmer, grew up on a farm, and I grew up in a house right next to him in the middle of just a gigantic area of very fertile farmland with about 5 Italian aunts and uncles to the left and about 5 Italian aunts and uncles to the right, and no other houses. And I loved it. And I saw him do things that I could only imagine a superhero could do. He wasn't what I would call a tough guy, but he was a guy that was tough, but loving and gentle, and would give you the shirt off his back without even thinking twice. Would help anybody at any time. But was one of truly the toughest people I've ever seen in my life. And I have story after story of times when I couldn't believe it. As a child, it blew my mind to find what it means essentially to be a man, to be a gentleman, and not to be some kind of egomaniac, pseudo tough guy nonsense. But when it's time to take it, just to take what life gives you, and in that vein, that concept, what I wanted to tell you about was his view on fertilizer and pesticides and so on and so forth. And his view is basically, don't do it. Don't do it. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If stuff dies, I guess it's dead. Let's plant something different. Maybe it wasn't meant to grow there. So he had apple trees, probably 7 or 8 different types of apple trees. He just planted those apple trees, spaced them apart about as far apart as he thought they needed to be. Various spots in his yard, not too far from his house, so he wouldn't have to walk far to pick them. He never fertilize them, never pesticide them. They had bugs that would get in them. A lot would just fall on the ground. They'd go out and pick them. They'd can them, make a lot of apple pies, a lot of applesauce, a lot of that kind of stuff. Same thing with the raspberries, the strawberries. Just did not use the fertilizers, did not use the pesticides. And they weren't perfect looking fruit, but they were delicious, delicious. I can tell you that in certain situations, like there were certain things like potatoes. You always say potatoes, don't grow them because they get these white flies all over them. It's a disaster. They draw the bugs and it's not even worth it. But if he was going to do that, when he did try to do that, he would use a secret recipe. I'm going to tell you about this secret recipe, which is an all-natural pest deterrent. I'm not going to call it pesticide because I don't think it kills any pests, but I think it just makes it so that things which would eat and get on your plants get the heck away because they don't like it. And it's very simple, and here's the ingredients, and it doesn't matter what the concentration is, it just has to be strong enough that you can smell it, okay? So don't overcomplicate this. Gardening shouldn't have to be a science project. It should be fun, it should be casual, you should be able to experiment and learn. And here they are, 3 ingredients. The first one, dish soap, like Dawn dish soap, just regular, no special ingredients, just regular dish soap. Put a bunch of that in. Second thing, garlic, raw garlic. Put that in. Crush it up as much as you can. Really mash it up. The third thing is onions. I'm talking about the leaves, the onions themselves, the roots. Mash it up. You take that whole thing, kind of run it through cheesecloth into a container, and then put it in a spray bottle. If you spray that on your plants, I guarantee, you're not going to have any problem with pests growing on, messing with what you're growing. I guarantee it. Now, you might have a little bit of an oniony flavor or garlicky flavor on the skin of some of the things you're growing. The soap will wash right off, that's for sure, but But the point is, that's a very effective natural pest deterrent, not pesticide. And you know, it's the kind of thing that it's not going to hurt you. And I'm not so sure how good a pesticide bought from, you know, a store is for you. I don't know what's in it. It doesn't sound like it's good. It kills living things, you know, so not my choice. And I do that because that's what my grandfather taught me. That's the way I believe you have a good time. You don't overcomplicate things. If you got some weeds in your garden, you know, pull them out or leave them. But you just kind of deal with what life gives you as a general philosophical tenet of how to enjoy your garden, how to enjoy your life. And anyway, I love my grandfather very much, and this is the first out of many videos I will attempt to explain to you some of my experiences with him. And hey, I hope you enjoyed this video, sharing a little bit about myself and where I'm coming from with my YouTube channel. If you did like it, don't forget to subscribe to Eat Your Backyard. And if you liked it, give it a like. Thanks for watching.